We're Skillet. And you are watching 117 TV. Woo! If you're sick of it! Are you sick of it?
Well, there is so much excitement around this brand new project from Skillet, and we are so fortunate to get to sit down and talk to them today. Congratulations, some long-awaited for music.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I know that all of your fans, what are they called, Panheads?
Yes.
How'd that come about?
You know, it's really funny, actually. Pinhead started because when Skillet first started, we did not sell that many records. But the few records we sold were like die-hard people. So the world was made up of mostly everyone who had no idea who we were and like psycho Skillet fans. And they would bring Skillets to the shows. And one time somebody was wearing one. It was at a festival and he had a skillet on top of his head like a hat.
Yeah.
And he had a duct tape around his head. And somebody said, "That looks like a real panhead there." And that's how it started.
And it stuck.
So now we call our fans the Panheads.
Yeah, and almost like 4 million Panheads later here, they keep it up and following you guys.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh,
so the new project is called Rise, and this project ended up being somewhat of a narrative storytelling type project, which really didn't start out that way, did it?
No, it did not actually. It was in no way a concept record or a rock opera. Rock opera has a certain romance to it, doesn't it? You know, rock opera. So sometimes I call it a rock opera. Anyway, but it did become that. You know, it just became really clear that these songs were all telling a story, and that it was very relevant for today. It's what's happening in our world right now, and it's the story of basically your average American teenager that is coming into adulthood and being faced with how terrible and tragic the world can be.
Right.
All these massive problems, school shootings and bombings and earthquakes, but also the problems in their own lives. They fighting with their parents, bullying in high school, the world. There's so many voices telling them who to be. And it's about their journey to rise up, to transcend all of these things going on that are holding them captive on earth.
Really cool. And I loved, there's a little industry event before this, and I loved what you said, Jen, about that when it comes to the lyrics and the message in these musics, that you wish as a teenager you had been able to hear those things yourself. That's pretty powerful. Is that part of the mission and the goal as far as impacting young people and others alike?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, music is so powerful, and you know, sometimes, you know, when you get older, you know you like music, but you forget what it was like when I first heard Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
for instance.
Yeah.
When I first heard Metallica, and you know, you go to a school and you will notice that all the same groups of kids all listen to the same kind of music. It identifies you as a person, as the kind of people you hang out, the way you dress. It's all hand in hand. So music is so powerful that we want to use our music as a platform to impact the world, you know, in the way that music has impacted us, you know, and just sing about things that matter and that hopefully can help people. And that's why it's so amazing when we meet people that say your music helped, you know, change my life.
Right. And leading off on this project, you've got American Noise and then Sick of It as well. Got a little preview and to hear those great songs. I know you're
thank you.
so eager to get those out. That's exciting. And again, those kind of messages that you talked about in those even. So.
Yeah, you know, Sick of It is a song that I in particularly like because it's very aggressive.
Yeah.
And I tell people it sounds like an outburst of positive anger. You know, it's very angry sounding, but when you listen to the words, it's very uplifting, and it's very much like a break free from the things holding you, whether that's addiction, whether that's the world telling you what you got to, you know, as a woman or as a growing, you know, young girl or whatever, you have to lose weight, or you have to do this, you're never going to fit in, or as a band like us, you can't talk about Jesus so much, you'll never make it as a rock band. Sick of It is a song that's saying, you know what, this is what I want to change, and I'm taking control of my life. And that feels good to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
High fives. High fives for you too.
Hey, speaking of you, the first project to actually have Seth on it,
Yep.
Are there times when you just pinch yourself that you're a part of Skillet? Because I'm sure that you were
Every
a fan
day.
before, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been saying all day. I was laying in bed last night in the hotel, just had like this, is this really happening? Revelation, starting the press and everything. It's very surreal.
Very exciting. And Corey, talk to me a little bit about the nature of your touring, your stage shows, really that there's such a strength in your stage shows. I've been to show myself, absolutely amazing, that there's a theatrical quality behind your touring. I know you're kind of part of the vision for this group. How do you come up with the coolness of your shows?
Well, the coolness is this guy right here.
I thought she was going to say, I am the girl, do it. You're the coolest.
I'm the shadow of the coolness. I'm the darker side.
She needs to give herself more credit, doesn't she, John?
But I think that we want, when people are paying money for a show, we want to give them a show. So it's not, at that point, it's not just about the songs. It's about the experience. And we're both 80s children. So in the 80s, everybody had big shows,
Yeah.
Whether it's theatrical like Peter Gabriel-esque, which is, I'm a big fan of his, or you have, your pyro, heavy metal, whatever. Everybody had a big show. And then it kind of is not really happening anymore. We're kind of like, we're headlining, these people are paying money to see us, and they need to get more than just our music. They need the whole experience. And then we want to impact them with our message as well. And you can do that through music, through speaking, and through everything else. So John's really good at creating moments in the set. So it's not just like all guns blazing all the time.
Right.
You got to, take it up, take it down, take it up, take it down.
And your music does that a little bit too. It mimics that, doesn't it? As far as bringing it down a little bit with a hit like Lucy or something like that.
Yeah, we like the dynamics.
Yeah. You got to keep them on their toes and not know what's next,
That's
right?
right. Unpredictable.
And I'd like to give a little more credit to Jen here. The artwork on the album cover is awesome. I didn't realize that you created that. So there's a whole nother side to your artistry, huh?
Yeah, thanks. I still can't believe I got to do it. But as the songs were coming together and as we were in the studio, I just felt so moved by the music, and I started seeing things, and I just felt like the reason the girl came around was because I was just feeling so like, as a Christian, you can feel inadequate and just unprepared and like not worthy to do the calling of God. And I was just thinking how David and Goliath, he was the least of all his brothers, but God chose him to slay a giant, and that's why she's holding the catapult or the slingshot with the stone. And I just felt like as Christians, though you may feel insignificant, you may feel small, with the Lord anything is possible. And as Christians we should rise, with faith, knowing who our God is, and then a little girl won't be scared to stand up to a war, a battle, and
Right.
I wanted to choose something that looked insignificant but obviously showed power.
And you accomplished that. It's really, really great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I know that this project is going to minister to so many. Thank you guys so much for sitting here and talking with us. We appreciate it. Again, it's called
Absolutely.
Rise, and I know that lots of people are going to be very anxious to download, purchase, and get this music. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Are you sick of it? Raise